didn't sleep at all last night. My friend Nick decided to stay up with me all night because I just knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep. I'm going to be going into surgery in about 15 minutes. Very scared. Here it goes. I've waited a very long time for this, about 10 years. It's finally happening. I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye guys. My name is Bonnie Smith. I am 20 years old and I am a female. I was born on July 14th, 1998 under the name of Joshua Owen Smith. During February of 2016, my name was legally changed to Bonnie Imogen Smith. I think when I was younger, I identified with things that people would classify as feminine. As I grew up and I started to learn what gender was, I realized that I wasn't how I perceived myself. I have my own interpretation of what gender dysphoria is from like my primary experience. It's almost as if you've woken up and you're somebody else. So who you are isn't what you are physically representing. But it almost felt like I was two different people. When I was about 10, I created an online persona, and it was almost an escape for me when I got home from school. That's how I created Bonnie, and at night it would almost feel like Josh and Bonnie were having like a conversation with each other. That, I think, is why it took so long for me to want to make physical changes, because I didn't know whether I wanted to just keep Bonnie inside and just kind of do what was easier, or whether I wanted to take that leap. But I finally decided that I was gonna let Josh go and present Bonnie, because I just felt more comfortable with her. Hey guys, so it's the next morning, it's about 7 a.m. And everything is done, everything is complete, and I'm basically just on bed rest now. I started experimenting with makeup when I was in high school. I think I was about 14, 15 when I bought a local concealer and started wearing it all over my face, and people would question me like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing this? But it really just was like an art form to me. I've always been artistic. I've always liked drawing. So it almost felt like I was just painting a canvas, but on my face. I think the turning point for me when I realized that I had to make a physical change was during my first year at sixth form. I couldn't think what I wanted to do. And I came to the realization that I actually couldn't decide on anything until I was actually happy with who I was as a person. The naming ceremony was a way to mourn Joshua and celebrate Bonnie and welcome her.
This is the dress rehearsal for how bad my father of the bride speech is going to be for you. So, we got a couple of bits and pieces for you, nothing major. Raising a toast to our new member of the family, to Bonnie.
To Bonnie.
I personally feel very detached. Looking at Bonnie now as Bonnie, there is no resemblance. So it's almost like two separate individuals. Josh just doesn't exist anymore to me. I do remember fond times of Josh as a little boy and climbing into washing machines and all those sort of little childhood things.
Yes, I must admit, I've just started taking down photographs of Josh. From the get-go, I thought you were going to be different out of all the grandchildren.
It was more for me when I found the the book that you were writing in, and you were saying how you were trapped in this body, and what were you? You didn't fit into life, you didn't fit into society. So I would say from the age of 2, we knew you were completely different.
I struggle with intimacy. When I was 16 years old, I was raped, and there's a lot more to it than I've ever been allowed to talk about. I've tried to talk about it before and I've been threatened, so I always feel like I have to be careful. But it happened just before I started transitioning, and part of me thought that letting go of Josh was also going to be letting go of the fact that that happened to me. But it didn't, and I guess a part of me is scared because having this operation was almost like a fresh start, and I get so scared at the idea of intimacy because I almost feel like I don't know how to give consent anymore. I've tried to have counselling on it, but it's just something that you have to live with and something that you have to find ways of coping, which I do. But moving forward, I feel like opening up in terms of having intimacy since my operation, I just feel all the more cautious because I just almost want to feel like I'm taking control over myself again and my issues, and I'm actively participating in intimacy and not feeling like it's, you know, something that I can't give my consent for. I think what helped was the fact that I was with the Tavistock, which is a gender clinic.
I mean, I was amazed at the in-depth interviews that you had to have and going into your background.
So it's day 4. The last few nights have been really hard. I think it just took me a while for my body to get used to like painkillers with the anaesthetic and everything, because I've never really done anything like this before. In terms of the procedure itself, what they tend to do is they remove the testicles, they invert the penis, creating the vagina, and then using extra skin, they do that for stitch work, and the G-spot, which is found at the end of the penis, they use that, and they do clitoroplasty, which is to create a clitoris so that sensations and pleasures can be felt through the vagina later on. Before my surgery, I was told that it was going to take a while for my nerves to wake up again. Obviously, they have to be completely rearranged and they're going to be in a completely new place, which is why it came as a shock when about a week afterwards, I was still bedridden. I was at home. At that time, my friend Nick was spending time with me. We'd watch shows together. An episode of Family Guy came on. For some reason, out of nowhere, there was a scene that just killed me and I started laughing. Little did I know that was going to wake up everything for a brief moment of time. And laughing very shortly turned into little screaming. and I didn't know what was going on. All of my senses were just going off, all of the nerves were waking up, and that is how I had my first major orgasm. That was definitely a moment for the books, yeah.
I'm so over it, guys. I'm just so tired. I'm so over this. I am in constant pain. I've just gone for like a walk around the house. I'm just like so emotional because like I actually feel good today. I actually feel like a normal person, and I have felt so weak. I have felt so just like I've just felt so helpless and dumb, and I didn't think I was gonna recover, like, and that's how it felt. It just hit my body so much, and the fact that I can now like tip myself up the stairs by myself, like without having to worry, and the fact that I can just go to the toilet by myself, and it just, I don't know. I just wanted to like capture this moment. This is like the first time where I've actually, like since the surgery, where I've thought, I can do this.